What are we saying? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Are we live? Let me just double check. I've got my stuff at reach. There we go. Boom. No. Maybe not. Start streaming. Public. We are live. Surely we are live. I think we're good. I'm not 100% sure. Let me just double check on this one. It's not coming up. But if we are live, while I'm waiting for this to load, for some reason nothing's working. I don't want to start a video. To mine. Live. So it doesn't say it on here. I'll tell you what I do. $123 subs though. Thank you very much. If we are live, shout out to you all. That is madness. Yeah, we are. We are live. There we go. Yes, Rosie. We've got Rosie in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are wondering, it's not Pete, and this is not me trying to be Pete. Honestly, I'll put this on. This is one of my pickups from the weekend's boot sale, the first boot sale of the year, ladies and gents. The first boot sale of the year. And I put it on, and today I did wake up with the intention of living life like a reseller, because I've got a few days off holiday, basically. I had 9 days left holiday, and I keep getting urged to use them. So I just said, look, just send me over some dates, random dates. I don't matter. It doesn't. I don't mind if it's just random days here or there, or if it's a little group of days, whatever. So they sent me over these dates. Anyway, I forgot about these dates, but these dates have started. So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I'm off. There's no usual shenanigans. I get to do with my day what I want to do with my day. So that's cool. It's a bit weird, but that's cool. And yeah, I thought I was going to get up and just list. But I got up, took Sarah and Mia to the station. They've gone to London because she's not feeling great. And yeah, she thought, why'd you sit around the house? Just get out, go and see the in-laws or the nan and granddads. But yeah, took them, went to Dee Dee's, done the deeds at Dee Dee's. It was beautiful, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't want to leave Dee Dee's because I've actually felt like I got a bit of a tan. I probably look the same sort of colour as this jumper. But yeah, I went down Dee Dee's, and then I come back with all the intentions of listing this. I've got a box here, box there, and a box just down there. That's only 3 boxes, but within each box, well, in this one alone, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Say probably there's 11 items in there. There is 11 items, 12 if you include the one that can't fit into the box. Most of those were from the boot sale and from the day of the boot sale, and I've got to get those listed today. They've got to just get done because I just want to get them on and get them gone, Abram. And then that box over there is just pickups from the charity shop that I use, and it's just stuff that's been sitting there for way too long. But yeah, if anybody else drops in, welcome. Hope you've been enjoying the shenanigans. And yeah, Sir Pete, I'm blaming you because I come back to list, and then I tuned into your live stream, and I ended up watching that for a good, well, however long you was on. I think I got there pretty much from the beginning. I'm pretty sure I did, but I was there, and I was still there, and then I was still there all that time later. And within the first half hour of watching, I remember you even saying that you hadn't even listed anything. But I'm just going to do a quick sound check. Hold on. Yeah, we got sound. Right, I can turn it off now. So, pickups from the weekend. It was the first boot sale, ladies and gents. And yeah, I wasn't just putting this on to be like Pete. It was a coincidence. I tuned into him. He's wearing this red fleece. He told me it's his infamous red jumper that he wears, but it's not, is it, Pete? It's not one like this. Kickers 1970. I'm not saying this was from the 1970s, but no, that's what it says embroidered down there. And I got this from the boot sale. I might as well show you because I'm wearing it. I did mention it right at the beginning that this was a pickup from the boot sale. I think I even said it in Pete's live stream. It might be a little bit too big for me, but ladies and gents, how much would you have paid for this? So bearing in mind, I didn't get to the boot sale early. I didn't want to be that early bird. I didn't want to do it. I couldn't be bothered. It was the first one of the season. It was still cold. The sun was out, but it was cold, and the people that had been there from Dot, you could tell that it was cold because we was walking around feeling okay, not too bad, and they looked like they just wanted to get the hell out of there. So yeah, it wasn't great, but I got there about 8, maybe got in there about 8:05, opened at 7, so that's an hour. The boot sale had been open an hour. So if anybody is just tuning in, or if anyone thinks that you'd need to be there early all the time. I mean, if you really want to be there early and get all the good stuff, or believe you're going to get all the good stuff, then fair play. But it's clear to see from what I do that they don't, or people don't always get the good stuff just from getting there early. That's not how it always works. I got there at 8 o'clock. It'd been open an hour. It was 30 minutes before that opened to the early birds, if you like, that the sellers would have been walking around and getting bits as well. So there's many of opportunities for the stuff that I've got to have gone before I got there. But they've either missed it, didn't see it, maybe the sellers don't get all their stuff out of the box straight away, I don't know. But I'm sitting here looking at a box of stuff. I took £10 to the boot sale. If you watch the shenanigans, that's £5 more than what I usually take. And yeah, I took £10, so I doubled my budget, and I ended up spending about 16. And if you're asking how do you do that at the boot sale, do I tick it? Do I say I'm going to pay them next week, ticket? Do I, what do I do? No, I have a walk-in bank with me in the form of my dad, and he carries a lot of change, and there's items that I don't necessarily want. I pick up and I'd say to him, look, you could sell that, you could flip that, and before I say anything else, he's got the money out ready, a couple of quid or whatever it will be. So yeah, I do owe him about 6 quid. If you add it all up over the years, I probably owe him a lot more, which is why we decided to give him at one time, I think it was 500 quid in £5 notes, £2 coins and pound coins. So it just split. I can't remember exactly of what was what, but we put it in some boxes, done a little game. There was a video out there somewhere about that, unless I didn't upload it. I don't know. I don't think I uploaded it, but I did do a video. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to try and get 5 listed at least. I'm going to have to tune in to check the comments unless I can get it. I've not messed about with StreamYard and that. I can't be asked to get all the comments up on the screen because it just goes a bit Pete Tom. Good afternoon, matey. Looking sharp as always. Thank you very much, Tommy. Yes, man, like Tommy's in the building. What are we saying, Tommy? You've been requested. There's been a lot of requests and a lot of people asking to do more things. The thing is, with these videos that I've been doing, I've tried to take as little as time as possible on them for the obvious reason. Like I don't want to spend too much time on that. I could spend hours. Don't get me wrong. I could spend hours on them videos, but I don't want to. It's not meant to be well edited. They're not meant to be like. I want it to be obvious that they're not actually saying the things that they're saying because it could be dangerous. You know what I mean? I don't want to like cause any sort of massive drama or anything like that. That's not what it's about. It's about a little bit of banter, a little bit of humour, and yeah. It is what it is, but if I really wanted to, obviously, especially with like the AI tools that we've got access to these days, if I really wanted to, you could make it seamless. You could literally make it seamless. You could make anyone say anything that you wanted them to say just through AI text to speech and all that sort of stuff. Super simple to connect to YouTube and get the comments on the side. Yeah, I did. I've done it. I'm using OBS. So I'm using OBS and I had it so you can have it so it's like transparent and opaque or whatever, and the overlays there. There was a way, well, I had it on the sidebar of OBS, assuming that was going to be displayed on the screen. But yeah, I will master it one day when I can be asked. Right, let me just show you. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try and list. I watched Pete's, and like I say, 30 minutes in, he hadn't even listed anything. I don't think he listed anything at all anyway, so he was merely making drafts, and they weren't even doing that properly. But took 10, spent 16. I'll show you what I got. Like I say, got there late. I don't know what order I picked this stuff up in. I'm trying to remember. I'm not going to be able to remember. Anyway, I start off with the plush. So this one, I said to my dad, you're always going to get something like this. So this was like 50p. And it's Jurassic World, obviously. It's embroidered, nice bit of stitching on the bottom. It's clean, tidy, no rips. I haven't checked the comps. I'm going to do that exact thing now, but I knew that anyway that's going to be worth more than the 50p I paid for it. And the weird thing is, I'll show you in a second, in a little while, picked up another Jurassic World plush the same day, not from the boot sale, and it was completely free, and it comes with tags. It's not identical to this, similar, but not identical. But yeah, 50p, easy. It's got to be. I know, I see your comments earlier, Tommy, about the profit margins and stuff, like it's not worth your time and something. I get it, I do get it, but I'm here still buying stuff that is very much them sort of profit margins. So with since going business, I'm looking at higher profit margins. I'm not listing things necessarily unless they are sort of high value and I'm going to make a nice bit of profit. But I have still got all this sort of stuff in the stockpile which hasn't been listed, so it's got to get listed eventually, and it's not stuff that is ours, do you know what I mean? This is stuff that I've actually gone out, bought to resell, so it's getting listed from a business point of view, or it'll end up in one of their mystery boxes or something, but I've got to deal with it at some point. But I'm still here picking up more of it, which I said to my, I genuinely went to that boot sale. Honestly, hand on heart, I genuinely went to that boot sale. I was reluctant to go anyway, and I thought, I can't stand my dad up, not on the first boot sale of the year. It's our little thing, you know, we go there every Sunday, and so I didn't want to do that, but at the same time I didn't want to buy anything, so I'm like, I'm not spending anything. Took a tenner, thinking that I was going to come back with a tenner. I think we got two lines in on the boot sale, and I still hadn't bought anything, but I wasn't really looking, I weren't really interested. And then, yeah, slowly but surely, things started to pop out like this, and I see it, it's going through the plushes. How much are they? 50p each. We got this one. Where was it? No, that was it from this one. That was just from one stall. I'll show you all the plushes I got first, though, because actually, yeah, fuck it, let's just go through the plushes, just get them out of the way. So this one was 50p, like I say, from the boot sale. And then this one was from a stall, and there's a bundle of plushes. And I don't know if anyone recognises this fella. It's very bright. I'm thinking of even, let me put my bloody hat on, because squinting, sun's coming. I was going to shut the blinds, but it's super bright. I've got a little light there as well, it defeats the object. But this little fella stood out, and again, I asked how much the plushes were, and she was like, they're 50p each, but pick 3 for £1. So I found that one. And then amongst the plushes was some McDonald's toys. So I looked at these, and these are Casper, the friendly ghost, and there's 2 of them unopened. I think not McDonald's, I think they're Burger King. And then there's a little Jar Jar Binks. And I don't know much about Star Wars, but I know that's Jar Jar Binks. And again, it's probably a Burger King toy of some sort. But so I had 4 items, and she said, "Oh, just give me 150." So I paid 150 for those. That's from another stall. But I said to my dad, "I'm getting this because he looks familiar." And I don't know if anyone in the chat, if anyone is still in the chat. Oh shit! Let's have a look at the chat. Banter series. Gotcha, yeah, OBS is my next level up. Yeah, OBS, mate, it's the way forward, man. You'd pick it up, no doubt, pretty quick. Like the basics, if you just want the basics like this, like a little logo here and there, that's easy. And it's probably easy to get the overlay of the comments and things like that. It's probably easy to do that. It's just, I'm not that tech savvy when it comes to it. And although I've started using OBS many years ago, I've never stuck with it. I've never done enough lives to sort of become familiar with it fully. But there is plugins, there's all sorts of stuff you can do, overlays, yeah, the plugins, the effects, there's a few effects, and obviously you can do effects on things like After Effects, Adobe After Effects or whatever it's called. Transitions, you can add and change transitions. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but it's not as straightforward as your StreamYards and stuff like that. We were saying, Lillian, we will do it. That comment I made, definitely relative. If the sell-through rate is amazing, then it's defo worth it for a quick in and out. Yeah, defo, Tommy. Yeah, that's it. But it's too easy just to pick them up because they're cheap. It's true. It's so true. And the thing is, this is like half the stuff I'm looking at. And I didn't check any of this. I've got a few little clips. There's a couple of things that I've checked since being home, since I got back from the boot sale. But after it was just off the whim, and because it was so cheap, I thought it might only be a fiver, it might only be a tenner, but it's 50p. It's a quick, if you was investing money in stocks and shares or whatever you're investing money in, or savings accounts, 3%, blah, 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 1 point, whatever percent you're getting. You might be getting more, you might not. But if you're investing in stuff like that, or you're investing in even like bonds and things like that, surely it's got to be easier and quicker to do what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, even if it was only 50p into a fiver, like that, it's 50p. You've given someone 50p, you've got a fiver back. Yes, it is time versus money and all that sort of stuff. I get it. And it doesn't always have to be the little low ball items, like you say, but as long as they are coming in and out. And sometimes it's them items that keep us afloat, do you know what I mean? 6, 7, 8 of them items, 9 of them items go out in a weekend or in a week. It's all good. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino. Cow and chicken, mate. Yes, Tommy. I knew you'd get it. So I said to my dad, I'm like, I recognise it. I don't know where I recognise it from. And this I did try to get a little info on at the boot sale. Nothing was working. And I said to my dad, I was like, Cartoon Network. He said, got to be a Cartoon Network one. So I put chicken, Cartoon Network. Straight away come up, cow and chicken. But I could never remember if it was chicken and cow or cow and chicken. But yes, cow and chicken. And I think these are listed, I think some have sold, or they're listed from 16, and as high as 16, might even be a little bit higher. I think the ones that was listed or sold for higher had cow as well. But yeah, this on its own, I reckon it's an easy tenner. And I got, like I say, these two Burger King toys, Casper the Friendly Ghost. It's annoying, it's not Casper. It's the two baddies, the chubby one and the skinny one. You ain't gonna see shit. Nah, you're not gonna see stuff. I should do a Ricky, shouldn't I? And give one of these away. Actually, look, they're two identical. I'll tell you what. What can we do? What can we do to give one of these away today in the chat for those that join or those that watch the video after or whatever? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do it. Who does this? George. Oh, Georgie boy. Not Retro Reselling. It's Georgie. Shit, forgot your channel name. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. But yeah, anyway, at the end of this video, I think Carbon Chris does this as well, actually. See, I'm stealing it. Like I'm stealing Sir Pete's jumper. I'm stealing that. Put a comment. If you're interested, obviously, you don't have to. It's a freaking Burger King toy. I don't know what they're worth. Probably a couple of quid, maybe 4 quid. You might be lucky. You might get 6 quid for it. You might just want it for your collection. It is Stretch and Fatso. That's it. Stretch and Fatso and Stinky. Oh, they're all on there. Shit, yeah, you got all of them. The 3 villains are on there. The 3 bad ghosts. Stretch, Fatso and Stinky. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment after this live stream finishes in the comment section and just put actually those 3 words. Yeah, Stretch, Fatso and Stinky. To be fair, if you put any one of those, Stretch, Fatso or Stinky, I'll do a lucky draw, random draw, whatever. In the style of Ricky Resells. How about that? And then you can get one of these. And then I'm going to sell the other one. But yeah, anyway, so far we've done the Jurassic thingy. I'm meant to be listing 5. I'm not, do you know what? This is hard, and this is why people, if you're trying to make money on YouTube and you want to be a successful reseller, don't do YouTube, or do YouTube, but do it in a smart, convenient way. Don't do lives and try and list live. Every YouTuber, every online reselling YouTuber that I tune into, especially on live streams, when they're trying to be productive, it doesn't really end up being productive. And I'm here doing it now, and I sort of called it before I even done it. And I've been here, done it before, as many of you have, and it's like, it's not productive unless you do it all day, and you're going to get double, treble, quadruple the amount done if you wasn't doing this, what I'm doing now. A couple of years ago, I picked up a very small plush, 50p, sold in the States for £95 plus post and package. That's insane, Rose. That's good. That's what we like. I've got loads of plushes up there from back in the day. Some are from things that I've picked up, some from childhood, and some of them are worth a few pennies, I'll tell you that. Yes, Babs, how we doing? How we doing, Babs? Welcome to the live stream. So yeah, anyone joining, that is just the last time I'm going to mention it. I might remember at the end of this live, I probably won't, but if you're interested in I'm sure it's Burger King. Yeah, Burger King Kids Club toy. Unfortunately, it's not Casper. It is Stretch, Fatso and Stinky. And if you want to enter into that prize draw to get this, I might chuck in something else for you as well, because that's it's a bit Monday, isn't it? Yeah, just put any one of those names in the comment section at the end of this video. Right, so moving on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go through them, then I'm going to start looking at the comps. What else? I picked up this. I'm going to keep this for the collection. It's a tin camper van. He said, seems it's you, Max. Well, he didn't say my name. He don't know my name, but I'm a regular and I've been to his stall many times. He let me have it for £2. I've got a bigger version of it down there that I picked up from TK Maxx about 16 years ago, 15, 16 years ago. And I know that because it was either just before Mason was born or just after. And yeah, they seem to have gone up in price. I paid about 20 quid for that one from TK Maxx. I think it was in the sale. And I looked online, they sent for like 34 quid. This is a little miniature scale version. It's got skis and stuff on the top rather than the surfboard. So instead of like your generic surfboard and stuff on the top, it's got skis and poles. It's pretty mad. So that's cool. That will be staying. I'm not even going to get rid of that. I got this one. Some of you are going to love this. This little Tommy, however you want to say it. Tommy. Well, how would you say that, Tommy, considering your name is Tommy? Would you say that's how you spell Tommy, or is it Tommy? Because it's like one of them things. It's like tomato, I suppose, isn't it? It's yeah. Now, this was £1. I think I might have even paid £2 for this. Might have even paid £2 for this. But this is cool. Let me just get these out of the way. Let me put these down there. So basically, you pull this out. I can't really demonstrate it, but oh shit. Pull it out, and what it does, it pulls it along. And the motorbike goes into the back of the truck, and then the car or the truck drives off. I've actually tested it on the floor, and although these are not got, the motorbike's not got actually, they're not actually wheels. It's just one plastic solid piece. There's no movement on the bike. It just gets dragged along, but it stays straight and upright. Even with there's two tiny little guards missing. I know they're missing because one of them was already missing, and the other one snapped off when I tried to put it back when I was cleaning it. But it's all been fully tested a good few times, and then it drives off. It's mental, isn't it? £2. I'm not sure how much that's worth, but that's pretty cool. And I'm sure the date. What was the date? Let's have a look. It's got to have a date. Find out it's not even old. It just says Mako. So no, I'll have a look. We've got 5 people in there. Mental. 1000%. That's why I had to stop doing working lives, pick and pack, etc., and swapped it for the talking guests and live show instead. Can actually focus on the content rather than being distracted. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's true. Like Tommy just said in the chat. If you are in the chat, if you're not, if you're watching back, he's just said it in the chat. Yeah, there's many ways you can make YouTube productive for your business and for just for you in general. Do you know what I mean? For your socials and stuff. Because that's another reason why we do it. And let's be honest, like most resellers like that I've tuned into, and some might get offended by this. I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it seems apparent that a lot of this community, or there's been a lot of the community sort of evolved massively from what I hear from lockdown and things like that. You know, I joined around that sort of period as well. I'm one of them people. But even with that said, it seems that most resellers that I watch, I said it the other day, they're either on the spectrum in some way, shape or form. and being on the spectrum is such a wide sort of like, what would you even mean? Like, I could go through and list, but I'm not going to. But there's so many different things you could talk about, whether it's the ADHD side of things, the autism side of things. You know, we could go in on every single sort of mental health condition or spectrumy sort of convo of traits and the differences within and what we demonstrate and show within the reselling community in general, just because that's the people that I tune into. Do you know what I mean? And I fit into this box. So I'm not offending anyone. Like, I'm one of these people. Like, this is me saying it because I know. And watching many of people that do this seem to all have similar traits, and most of them are aware of them now, or talking about them, getting medicated for it, and trying this, that, the other, or even going undiagnosed and just becoming more aware of it and dealing with it in their own sort of ways. But yeah, there is a common theme with it, especially in the reselling realm, which, whether it comes down to the social side that we like about it, or social but not social, if you know what I mean. So we still like being social without being sociable, and having to leave our comfort zones and things like that. There's loads. I could go on all day, but yeah, it's crazy. I've just noticed it more and more and more in the last few months from watching videos that I've been watching. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's cool because it's clearly a space that we're sort of magnetising to, and we're all sort of getting pulled into this sort of space. And this is why the beef and stuff, yeah, it's a mockery. Just it's not worth it. It's stupid unless it's sort of like for the entertainment purpose. It's like, what's the point? Because it's just wasted energy. Like, you can still have beef, and I'm not one for like WWE type shit. Do you know what I mean? Like fake stuff. I'm not saying I've got anything against it either. But I'm saying, like, yeah, fake's fake, and being fake is not good. Like being a fake person and all that sort of stuff. But if, for example, you look at any sort of beef that's formulated within the boxing realm or within the influencer realm or whatever, I'd guarantee that, or in even the music industry, I'd say like 90% of that stuff is like premeditated and planned, and as a business point perspective, as a business venture between two entities, two people, two companies, organisations, whether that's Tesco's and Asda, or you know, boxing and bloody the influencer boxing realm, or anything. It's, yeah, I get it. So if you want to get involved in beef and that, do that sort of stuff. Like, make it worthwhile for the viewers. Don't make it cringe, and don't make it sort of awkward for people to watch, and then for people to then have to pick sides. Like, I've never been in any of these. I don't even know why I'm going down this rabbit hole. Shut the hell up, Max. I was about to start talking about the clicks and that. I watched Money Mental's video last night, and yeah, I don't even really know all the drama. I've just picked up on little bits and decided to, like, I think he said, is it not Bill? Oh shit, forgot his name as well. But yeah, like mate, he said, it's combo, isn't it? Getting views out of it. Moving forward though with the boot sale buys, these bad boys were £1. You know I love my caps. I've done a little bit of cleaning on these. I'm not gonna lie. I'm right with you there. I'm the same way, and I noticed it across the community. Yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. Which is, it's just mad, isn't it, that we've all sort of found this space. However we found it, when you look at the people that are within it, it's almost like it was meant to be. Like, if you'd have, I've said it many a times, like, yeah, crazy. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, these hats, I gave them a little bit of a clean because it looked like they'd let their little dogs sleep in them, or a dog or a pet of some sort. So you're looking at here, I don't know what year they're from. I'd say 80s, 90s. Someone tell me in the chat. Leather, 100% leather baseball caps, or caps. And this one's got Mitsubishi embroidered on the front. It's got the 100% leather tag on the inside. Oh, I don't want to move it too much because it looks like there's bits of scalp around the edging of it. It's minging. I don't even like that word. It's mank. It's rank. It's dirt. But I have given it clean, so I know that it's not as bad as what it was. But yeah, Mitsubishi. You can see the state of it. It's not amazing. It needs a bit of dubbing, a bit of softener, a bit of leather softener or something, whatever you use these days. I remember using something like dubbing on the football boots. Still hairs now, and it's got like stars on the back of the strap. So the actual, oh no, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars on the back that are embossed out the plastic. The Mitsubishi bit's meant to be white, that's like dirt brown, it's disgusting. And the inside is wrinkly, but that was completely covered in white hairs. So I just got the old tape out and done that. But this one's nicer, it's a bit softer as well, but it has got a hole in it. And this one's not Mitsubishi, this one is Mercedes-Benz. Look at that bad boy, again, 100% leather. We've got the, oh shit. Right, so look, when you look at the label, oh, you're not going to see because the sun. If I lift it up, you see the crusty crustaceans all under there. That's what's all around this, sort of all around this bit. It was like yellowy. Ugh. Yeah. I'm no expert on caps whatsoever. Listing as 80s and 90s cap. Yeah, I'd say the same. I'd say the same. Right, we've got secret carpet in. I'm not gonna mess up your name this time. It's Rich. It's Rich, isn't it? I always call you. What do I always call you? I forgot what I used to call you. I hope it's fucking Rich. I hope your name's Rich. But afternoon, either way, I'm well. I'm good. Although I sound a bit rough, and I do look a bit rough. I'm not gonna lie. My lips are chapped, and that's what the horse life does to you when you're out in the elements. It's beautiful. I wouldn't change it. It's hard work, very much so, twice a day. But when I look at days like this, I don't want to be sitting here really. I do because I like engaging with others. But when I look out there, I'm thinking, why am I indoors? But then I get out there and I'm out there for like an hour and I'm like, yeah, let's get back in. You got one of the cat protector things so you can wash them in the machine without so Tommy says, have you got one of the cat protector things so you can wash them in the machine without destroying them? I haven't. I just hand wash them. I know what you mean though, it's like a cage, isn't it? I had them for the New Era one. So this is one, I might as well talk about this one. I picked this one up on the caps. I don't know what these are worth, sorry, before we move on. I know they're worth more than, I think I paid £1 each. Again, so it's £2 for these two. And I thought it was going to be a lot more. I've had some people ask ridiculous money for caps. Like people are saying in the chats, people are going to be asking more money. It's just one of those things. The more people know, the more people will charge. We hear it more and more each day, don't we? Like, yeah, on eBay, you get this. But this one was from a fellow reseller. I know he's a reseller because I've met him in the charity shop and at the boot sale many a times. And I can't remember his name. But he's not, I don't think he's online or anything like that, but he does vinyls, collects vinyls, buys vinyls. He's bought the Madonna ones that I bought from the charity shop that time, all the printed discs, the picture discs, the picture vinyls. I had about 7, 8, maybe 9 of them. And he bought the lot off me and he got himself a bloody good deal. And yeah, I mean, actually, thinking about him, he's aired me a couple of times. I've messaged him when I've found some vinyl or they've come into the charity shop because I've got a good connection with the charity shop. If something comes in, they let me know, or if I'm in there and it comes in, they'll let me have a look. Oh, what do you think to this? And I'm like, so. Anyway, he's aired me a couple of times, but he let me have this hat for £2. Can you see it? It's a mini hat and it is embossed with a nice rubber print of the mini logo, which you're not going to see properly, but now, £2, I'm thinking it's got to be like a Primani one or something, isn't it? It's got to be, but it's not. It's Flex Fit and it's got the official mini tag, made in Vietnam, all the tags and stuff. It's beautiful. It doesn't even look like it's been worn. I mean, I've given it a little stretch out because it had a crease just here. So what I do, Tommy, is I hand wash them. This one didn't need a proper hand wash, so I just literally used Febreze and then used enough of it so it sort of like dampens it a bit, give it a little soft sort of rub, if you like, with a nice soft cloth. Just dab it really, unless it needs a wipe or a scrub. If it needs a soak, it needs a soak. I'm soaking that for ages, do you know what I mean, in the sink with Sarah's little concoction. And then I'll just, yeah, do whatever I've got to do to get it clean, which usually don't take too long. And then I'll just dry them out on the rack under the little roof bit we've got out here, the smoking shed. Don't smoke around them, obviously, once they've been cleaned. That stops being the smoking shack and that becomes the drying rack. And then they'll take their turn in sitting on this head and it just stretches them out. And sometimes I'll put them on front ways, right, so you get that shape, and then I'll put them on back ways because you can really, when you put them on back, you can really push this, put the what do you call it? Oh my days, you know what I mean. This part of the hat, the front, you can really sort of stretch it out depending on how tight you have it. So yeah, these are cool. I had one of these that I got for my birthday when I was about 18 for my mum, and it was a clear one. And I broke the nose, or someone broke the nose, knocked it over. I think it's still up the land somewhere. And I got this one off Amazon or eBay. Only about 20 quid. Like, you can get different colours. Man, they're worth it. They're well worth it. Anything to stretch hats and stuff, or to even just display them on. But yeah, I've not sold many hats on Vinted in the last few weeks. I've had 6 sales, ladies and gents, on the account since the new year. It's mental. But this is not my bread and butter. This is, if it was, I'd be screwed. But if it was, I'd be doing it. I'd be listing 10 a day, and I'd get through. I'd have enough stock to do 10 a day for a good, I don't know, couple of months, I reckon. I don't know. I got it, mate. Rich. Come on. 29.99 and revised price every 15 to 30 days. What's that on the caps and that? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Do you know what? I've started doing that. I've not done it this week. You've just reminded me. But so when I watched George Retro Reseller's video when he went to Scotland, the thrift store that he went to, it had like the Grand Theft Auto sort of font and text. And they had a thing, there's probably many other outlets and shops and online stores that do this, but so it goes in the shop whenever, Monday, and it's at a certain price, and then day by day that just gets discounted. So I thought I'm going to start doing that on the eBay store, but I'm not going to do it daily. I'm just going to do it weekly. So if you do it through the month, so when it gets to the end of that month, you've lowered that price 4 weeks or whatever. 4 weeks, you've lowered that price 4 times to the point where that fourth time that you've lowered it or whatever it is you decided to do, you lower it to the point where it's like you just want it gone, but you're not losing money, you're still making money. If you've done that, I'm sure, surely you're going to get through stock a lot quicker. It's a lot more work though. This is where AI could come into it, because there will be apps and plugins and stuff that you could use potentially, if not already, on eBay, where you could maybe like have it set so each week that goes by that it doesn't sell, boom, it drops 10%. So yeah, by the end of the month, you know, you're looking at a 50% item, 50% or 40% off. You could do it so it's at 50% off. You could hopefully set it. There might be out there. Can anyone do that? Is that something that people are doing already? Because I'm still learning. Like I said, this is not my bread and butter. This is definitely not my bread and butter. Yes, Pete, Sir Pete, the master. Sir Pete, what was it? What did I say? Sir Pete, the sales of the unexpected. Sir Pete, the master at Ask. Yeah, because I got that arse. That was it. I can't remember. I think I've used you in the thumbnail as well, mate. I had to. When I tuned in and you're wearing the red jumper, and I know you say it's your infamous one, your iconic red jumper. I don't remember stuff like that, mate. That's not important to me. What clothes you're wearing. I don't really look at that really, unless it's like a loud jumper that screams out. Now, I said to the woman at the boot sale when I bought this, like, I asked how much it was, and she said, "Oh, I want 7 quid for that." She goes, "That's about 25, 30 years old. That one. It's been up in the loft." I'm like, "Ooh." I was like, "Is it all right? Any marks or anything?" I was like, "I reckon." I was like, "That's a blast from my past. That is." Shame it's not a different colour. I don't suit red. I'm like, I'm not really. I've got 2 red jumpers, and I like them. I've not got rid of them, but I don't really wear them much no more. If you look back at my old Maximus and Co videos, I used to wear them all the time. They sort of become my jumper for YouTube, if you like. But nah, it weren't really my thing. But then I put it on, and I think I like it. It's good. I've got to show you, Pete. Fucking Larry the lizard. So let me give you a try. This is meant to be a medium, right? It's got a medium in the tag. It's got the kickers bit there. It's got the nice, these feel like they'd float in the water. They're padded on each zip. You got one on the bottom, 2 zips, so 2 down the bottom. And you got one here. But then look, ladies and gents, not just embroidered there at the breast. Look at the back. Kickers. I got this for £5. £5 freaking. I'm keeping it, man. I'm keeping it. I bought this for a lot of money, didn't I? I showed you this. I'm going to wear this a lot more than I'm going to wear this. I'm going to probably just try and sell that. I know I could pull it off, but it's just once in a bloody. I'm not going to wear it very often, am I? But yeah, £5, Pete. I love it. So watch out, mate. I'm probably going to start wearing this. So you might have to get a different colour. But no, I don't know what this is worth either, but it's worth more than a fiver. And this is putting this on, right? Putting this on, not just took me back and made me think of like the 90s and all that sort of stuff, but it felt like when I used to put my dad's jumpers on as a kid. I used to borrow my dad's garments, and he'd have like Russell Athletic kickers. He'd have all the brands that we was into as kids, because obviously you look at the elders and they would have been into the brands as much as what we were as the young ones. And yeah, I used to always wear oversized jumpers that were too big, because there was either my older brothers, which were probably my dad's that he passed down or whatever to him, and then vice versa, they might just be my dad's. And I thought, yeah, I can pull that off. I'll wear this massive baggy top. Putting this on, with how thin the fleece feels now, it even feels like when I used to go up with my nans as well, my nan and granddad's seasides. See, we used to go up there and steal their jumpers when we used to go down to the beach. It's a similar sort of feeling. So as soon as I put my arms in the sleeves, it took me back to them moments of like being a real young lad, putting on one of the elders' jumpers just for a bit of warmth or whatever comfort. 1 second. Hello. 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 It's not working. Let me just text her back. Yeah, it was cool. I love it. £5. What are we saying in the chat? Bloody hell, you are my twin. I told you, mate, we're like twins today. It was mental. I was sat out there having a breath of fresh air and my coffee, and I tuned in. I'm like, looked down at the top, looked at the screen, looked down at the top, looked at the screen. I'm like, yeah, mental. What are we saying, Elaine? Yes. This is why I'll need to chat up there. See, I'm not in here. I'm not in here. Veg samosa for the win. Cool. Just dropped off my parcels and grabbing some lunch in Spa. Mate, yeah, it's got to be the old samosas. Love a samosa. I do. The veg ones are good. Like, don't get me wrong, but a bit of meat in there as well. You know what I mean? You should try to. You should try Too Good To Go. They have really good surprise bags. Yeah, I've done that. Right, this come up the other day, Elaine. So I actually done that. I bumped into an old member that used to come to the studio and in Greg's, because Greg's are on there, aren't they? A lot of outlets, a lot of places are on that Too Good To Go. If you don't know about Too Good To Go and you're low on funds or whatever, like so, me and Mason was doing, was it Monday nights and Wednesday nights? We do more evenings, but it seemed that these nights anyway, they sort of fit perfect with the Too Good To Go, with the Greg's around the corner. We tried it a couple of times, and for the money, £2.50, £2.40, I got a bag full of goodies, don't get me wrong. There was like 2 baguettes, or 1 baguette and a sandwich, or a bap, and filled, obviously. Pastries, couple of pastries or whatever, a couple of sweets, like donuts or whatever. There's like 6, 7 items or whatever. But May, I don't know if it was just because I was unlucky, but bearing in mind, I tried 3 of these, right? 2 was from the main one, buying the work, and then 1 was early morning on the way into work from the fuel station, which is also Greg's, so they had a Greg's in there. And I got told that the one in town was better than the one at Sainsbury's. You get more from the one in town. But they were both really, really stale. Everything that I had, it was just about edible. But £2.50, I mean, if you're hungry, you're hungry. If you're going to eat it, you've got to eat it, you know what I mean? But I done it for about, I think we got 3 in total. Might have even been 4. I just couldn't be asked. I thought, nah, I can't be bothered. I'd rather go hungry at the minute, because the mess that it made when I bit into the baguette, for example, and all the crust was just like falling into smithereens, where it was so stale. It was madness. But I've not checked out anything other than Greg's, so there could be some good stuff. Do it, man. Try it. You can't knock it till you try. Don't listen to me, because it could have been unlucky. I speak to many people that have been doing it for time, absolute like time, and it's a good way to save money. It's a good way to stop it all going in the bins and that as well, I suppose. So, Tommy, you didn't answer me. What are we saying? It's Tommy, isn't it? It's Tommy. People say Tommy. I'm sure they do, but it's Tommy. Right, so I then was at Andy. If you watch the videos, you'll know Andy. Man like Andy, big yellow van. He gets there, like I say, the boot sale don't start till 7. I think sellers normally get there about 6, half 6, and then continue to drip feed through sometimes they don't. He gets there at 4. The reason he gets there at 4 is not only to get that first spot, because he's got that anyway, but he needs to get there early and first to get that spot so you don't block up the rest of the field or whatever. But he also puts all the signs out. He's been doing that for years and years and years. And so, yeah, he's got his original patch. He's always, as soon as you walk through the first gate, if you go through the second gate, obviously it'll be at the end of the first run, but the main gate is the first stall you'll see right near where you pay. And then he's got like this lovely long sort of U, if you like, huge. And he does clearances and that. It's similar to the clearance grafters and like Sunny Green and people like that. He gets bits, man, and he does buy and sell. Like he sells his stuff online. And again, ladies and gents, like I said to you earlier at the beginning of the stream, if you have only just joined, like I mentioned, I don't go down the boot sales necessarily early. I used to, and I'm not saying you don't have to do it, but you don't need to all the time. This box proves it. I mean, you might think this is a pile of that I've just picked up, but I can guarantee you now that 16 quid that I've spent down here, I'm telling you now, that's at least £100, minimum £100. And I'm going to tell you why in a second, because I know that there's at least 3 items that I could give you the price for, and I might be off by a couple of quid, but I'm pretty certain that it'll get it, and it'll get it pretty quick. Anyway, people miss things. People don't always look for the same sort of stuff. There's always going to be competition. We've gathered that. People should know that by now, man. But you know, sometimes people miss things they don't necessarily know. Sometimes sellers don't always get out everything from the get-go, from the day dot, because, and this has come from the horse's mouths, because they know about resellers, right? And that's just the way it is. So if you are just a one and done and you're going round once, you're probably missing a lot more than what you think. You might just think, oh, I missed that. Let me know in the comments. What did I miss? What did I miss? It's definitely worth going around more than once, unless it's huge like Mark's Tay or that Dirty Dunton or whatever. If it's one of them bad boys, it's pretty difficult to go around twice. But yeah, it's worth it sometimes. But then also sometimes it's worth, like I say, not being the early bird. I've got all this stuff. There's probably other stuff that I missed. And although Andy, who I bought these 3 plush from, for, what did he say? 2 quid. 3 plush, 2 quid. Straight away I lift it up. What do you see? Right, so that's all I see really. I'm rummaging through these boxes. He does clearances. He sells on eBay. Typically sells trains, collects and sells Hornby stuff and other stuff that he knows is valuable, right? But this is the guy that I bought these 2 free from for £2. So I thought that was Paddington. When I see it, I thought that's just a different version of Paddington. Again, apologies for the sunshine coming through. It's actually classic Paddington Bear, and it's Aunt Lucy, and it's got the bloody tags, right? Just there. I'll do a proper video on this when I sell them and all that sort of stuff. But so yeah, I knew that was definitely worth a little bit of money. That was when I first picked up. I said to Ricky or someone not that long ago when they was doing a live stream that, who was it? Talking about jointed bears and articulated bears or whatever you want to call these. There is a proper name for Meerhin bears or jointed bears. I don't know, but yeah, the joints are posable, if you like, movable. This don't feel nice. I've got to give this a little bit of a clean. But this was the other one, right? And this is actually quite large compared to some of the ones I've sold. So any bear, right, I've found, new or old, better the older the better, goes, and it goes bloody quick. I've sold ones that are the size of this one's leg, and I've sold them for as much as £20. I don't know nothing about these bears. I know that my nan's got a couple of these, and she's told me for years that they're worth money, and they're very, very old. This one looks pretty old, doesn't look nowhere near as old, but it's got like a nice hat that's got some nice stitching on it. It's very, very nice. Got a nice little necklace. It's easy money. Also with Bagpuss. Bagpuss has also got his tags. It's a little miniature one, but it's a 1999 Bagpuss. He don't look too impressed, does he? I can't see shit. Why can't... There we go. Yeah. So that's free for £2. Again, Andy sells stuff online. Why didn't he keep these? Is it just because he can't be bothered, or is it because he's not aware, or it just doesn't interest him? That's the questions. Like I said, the competition's always going to be there. There's always going to be competition. Doesn't mean to say it's going to be direct competition. There's always going to be people selling stuff, buying stuff. So like your next door neighbour's your bloody competition. Do you know what I mean? Your other next door neighbour's your competition. Everybody's going to have competition, and there's always also going to be competition within your field, your niche. Why have a niche? Don't fucking limit yourselves, people. Like, don't limit yourselves. If I was only buying this stuff, then I'm on a one-track pony, and a one-trick pony. I'm not giving myself opportunities to divert, progress, whether that's physically, mentally, financially, from a business perspective, life perspective. Yeah, I'm stuck in a rut. Sooner or later, you're going to get bored of it. And it's the same when you're doing YouTube videos and stuff. Like, have a bit of fun sometimes, man. Change it up. Just do shit that you want to do. Enjoy it, because you will get bored of what you're doing eventually. Right? And the good thing about having ADHD and that is you get bored quicker. So you sort of, I'm not saying we're fortune tellers or anything like that, man, but you can just see, or I can personally, I feel like I can see, or I get bored like quicker because I can see further ahead, or I feel like I can, I believe I can, in some ways, and before it's even got to the end of that, whether it's a movie series, whether it's a workshop or a career path or whatever, I'm sort of like, I'm thinking about doing the next thing. I'm on about, oh, that's don't interest me no more. And I think everyone's got a little bit of that in them, but just the majority of people that haven't got ADHD, for example, sometimes that can take years and years and years and years to sink in and for realisations to take place. But before you know it, you'll start to get bored, depressed, a bit, can't be arsed, and that momentum and dedication might not be there. So to minimise that, I think keeping things different and changing, whether that is just within the content or whether that is in the stuff that you sell. I would, when I look back at the Andy stall for these free plushes for £2, he's also the stall, ladies and gents, that I bought the 2 gold-plated stationery accessories, the hole punch and the stapler. I bought those 2 from Andy's stall for £1 each. There was one placed on his first table, and then about 4 tables down. He's got about 7, 8 tables, maybe 9, in a massive U around his massive van, and it's always fully loaded. Left side will be all the tools and stuff. Front 4 or 5 tables or whatever will be all the house clearance stuff that are not tool related, just miscellaneous, teddies, videos, whatever. And then the front 2 tables, first 2 where they pay to get in, is all your sponges, sellotapes, fragile tape, and parcel tape, yeah, all that sort of stuff, cleaning brushes. But yes, those £2 items, and I'm sure these will sell for a lot, but they're not going to sell as much as what them 2. You've seen a video. Hopefully you've seen a video. If you haven't, check back one of the videos, not the mashup videos. The video, I've done a short on it as well. Thanked Belle, because it was only because Belle from Tam and Belle Resells, or from Tam Resells and Belle's Cozy Corner. It was only because of Belle, and I've done a video on picking up these 2 for £1. And I've always said, if people want anything that I pick up, just chuck me a bit on top. Boom, she offered me £20, and I would have just snapped at it like that, because I knew nothing about them. I thought they was brass, if I was lucky. I didn't think they was gold plated. And but I've grown attached to them. They've been sat on this desk for over a year, potentially. And although I'd used the stapler once and probably the hole punch a dozen times, if that. And that was probably just through just testing, just showing people that it worked. But yeah, more like paperweights. And then when she asked for it, did say to her, I don't know much about them, but I'm going to look. I'm going to have a little look. What were you saying, Rich? Jump on. Oh, I can't. That's the only problem with OBS, so we done it last time and it just messed up again. Something I've got to learn. Tommy, sort it out. Get on OBS. You can work out the tricks and you can let me know how to do it easily. Yeah, so I looked into those items, and obviously if you've seen the video, you see like I had them listed each for £111. Don't ask me why, but for 111, it just looked cool on the screen. And they were sold brand new for like 250 plus. So I just thought, sod it, I paid £1. Like, I'll make £110 if, like, profit, minus fees and stuff, obviously. And you got an offer for 80, and then I'd get sent one back for like 92 or something. I don't know, go back, watch the flipping video. Anyway, moving on. Last but not least, from that boot sale, the £16 that I spent, considering only a tenner. So we're walking around. This is a lot cleaner than what it was, and I haven't finished cleaning it because I just literally gave it like a deep dust and sprayed some disinfectant on it because there was all sorts of hair and fluff and scalp and whatever else is in dust, dirt and probably all sorts of shit. But yeah, whether it's from humans, cats, there was hairs, there was all sorts. It was minging. I'm going to use that word again. I don't like it, but it was, as one would say, minging. Rank, rancid, dirty sort of stuff. You definitely want to have a shower after you've finished handling it. And even now looking at it, it's still pretty grim, but it's a lot better than what it was, and it's just sort of like I can handle it without putting my hand on anything that looks sort of like dusty and dirty. And I'm not even like a clean freak. It was bad. It was really bad, which is why it's £1. So what do you think it is? If you know what this is in the chat before I reveal the whole thing, let me know. I had a guess. I said to my dad, I see it right at the back of this guy's store. He had a blue sheet on the floor, a little bit like Rachel Fantastic does sometimes. She puts that big blue sheet down, doesn't she? And all the stuff. My sister does the same, actually. A couple of tables, then boom, massive sheet. I've never got on with that process, but it does look easier. But this was at the back. Like I say, you couldn't see how dirty it was from far away, but it was, you know, a few bits around it. And I said to my dad, I was like, look at that. He goes, what? I was like, look at that. What do you think that is? He was like, what, a mosque? I was like, well, yeah, I suppose so, but what do you think it is? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, I'm sure that's... And I said what I thought it was, which some of you are probably going to guess it. Polly Pocket, don't be silly. What are you saying though, mate? You good? Hope you're good. Is it a cake? It's not a cake. It's Disney. I paid £1 for this. I paid £1, right? Tell you what, listen to this. How did I get to make a sound earlier the other day? Would it make it easier if I opened it up? Does that make it look more familiar? Where's the bloody... I don't know how to get it to make a sound. I'm sure I did... Oh yeah. It's here, isn't it? Oh, it's got lights. I don't know what that is. I don't know, but that's probably going to give me a copyright strike, which I don't like, but I'm not monetised anyway. But I do want to say a massive shout out to anyone that's joined and anyone that's sort of like supported the channel. It's a fairly newly formed channel and already over 100 subscribers. So yeah, massive shout out, massive thank you. Actually, tell you what, while you're trying to guess what this is and what movie this from, it's Disney. I don't even know, I'm not 100% sure, but no, I am 100% sure. I'm 95% sure. I know that they sell for about £30, or can and have sold for about £30. Now, you've just heard this one work. You've just heard that I paid £1 for it. It's a bargain, right? It is a little bit heavy, I'm not going to lie. But I always charge over the odds for my postage. I always charge more than I need. I've only lost out a few times on postage. But yeah, what I'm going to do, because I've reached that 100 mark and I'm over 100 mark now, I feel like I do need to give some sort of, give something back, because I've asked you all, well, some of you have followed me over from Maximus & Co. Some of you have joined new, do you know what I mean? So I just want to say a little thank you. And I did say at the beginning of this live stream, in the form of rookie resales, what I was going to do is just give one of these Burger King toys away as a gift. If you go back to the comment section when this live stream finishes, leave a comment of either Stretch, Fatso or Stinky, because that is who you'll be winning all of those three. They are connected to this little bit of grass, and it says on it Casper something Wendy. I don't know. Casper meets Wendy. So it's from the Casper meets Wendy movie. I'm not only going to give you that, as a little thank you for reaching the 120 plus subscribers, I'm also going to put together a little mystery box of at least between 7 to 9 items, and it's not going to be thousands of pounds, don't get it twisted, but it's going to be a nice little selection. So if you are a little reseller, Rich, you're not invited, all right? I know you're little, but you ain't no reseller no more. You're a lorry driver. Tuck it in, shut your mouth, get back in the cab and fuck off. I'm joking, mate. I love you. Hold on, what's he want? Hello?
Where are you?
I'm at home, what are you doing?
I'm just going to say his business. I'm going to pop over if you go.
Yeah, mate. Do you want me to put the kettle on?
Oh, who are you with?
I'm at home.
I don't look at the
What?
What?
Say again?
What did you say about a kettle?
I said, do you want to put the kettle on?
Yeah.
All right, I said, how long do you reckon you'll be?
Well, I've just got to go into Sainsbury's, so I'll be about 10, 15 minutes.
All right, Mushki.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you soon. All right, bye. And just like that, that's what happens, unfortunately, ladies and gents. Things happen. Things always happen, don't they? But yeah, where was we? So I've got about 15, 20 minutes left. So yeah, I'll put a little mystery box together. All you got to do, obviously, is go back to the comments of this live stream. You know, everyone else does it. Chris does it. Georgie does it. There's a few people that do it. I'm doing it. It's not going to happen all the time. It's going to be a one-off. It's going to be a nice little mystery box. It's going to have a little, I don't know, if you're a reseller, it's going to be great. If you're not, if you're a collector, it might still be great. It might not, but there's going to be a chance for you to either keep some of the stuff for yourself or sell it on. But talk of putting the kettle on, let me just go and fill it up for a second. I'm just going to quickly do that because that'll give me some time. Oh dear. That's done. So, yeah, if you are interested, or like I say, if you're looking to make a little bit of money, I've said it before, if anyone's joined or watches my videos that is looking or thinking about starting out, hasn't got the startup or just can't get out to boot sales and that, I would more than happily put together a box of this size, send it your way and let you start. It's what we do. It's what I want to do. It's what we do, similar to what we do at work. And what we're going to be doing with the hub that we've created at work is like giving young people or people in general the opportunity to sort of start something up, use it as a base, as a hub for where we're located, and then when they're ready to go off into the wide world and flourish, let their business flourish or for whatever. Right, anyway, quickly, because I've only got 15, 20 minutes before Papa Smurf arrives. So, thank you all for all you new subscribers. Flipping Retro's in as well. Nice, I've got to keep this open because I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on the chat. Cinderella, says Rich. Let Loose on Toys. Lee, innit? It's Lee. Lee from Let Loose. He is guessed Aladdin. We've got Pete guessing Aladdin. We've got, who else has guessed? Disney playset by Polly Pocket. No, well, you've already had, right, let me go to the beginning. OBS is complicated. You say that, Pete. You say it's complicated, but if you used it enough, if you used it every time you went list 5, every time you've done your list 5 live, you pick it up, and because if you don't, you can get guests and stuff on there. It's just that's when it becomes a little bit more tricky. But comments and stuff, I've had that in the past. Now, if you press like, what have I got on here? Hold on. So if I want text, for example, nice, say it twice. Say nice, say it twice. What night's life's in? Night's life, say it twice. Say nice, it's nice. You can add like anything you want. That's the good thing about it. Like these logos and that, I can just get rid. Oh shoot! No, that's me. That's the camera. I can get rid of the top right logo up there. You can change that. I can literally just move that around as we're live. So, oh shoot! What I've done? Yeah, it is quite complicated. Make that big. Let's put it there. Look. Yeah, things like that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, it's like anything. The more you use it, the better it'll be. So what we got? What we got? What we got? £25 on bag puss, says Tommy. Safe. That could be in the box. That could be in the box. So make sure you comment if you're interested. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But you never know. What I will say, it's not going to be as. No, I won't say that. Disney playset. You, Max. It ain't Dumbo. That's flipping retro. Shout out. Can you remind me of your names actually? Because I know you say it and I should know it, but I've only just learned Secret Carpers and he's been in the chats and I've seen him on videos for in comments and that for years. Rich. Plinker Rodney. Yes. If anybody is into what air, what is it? Is it air rifles? But more so RAC stuff. I've been loving it. I'm gonna have a couple of videos out actually, but yeah, Plinker Rodney, check him out again. Sick little channel, and it's looking to grow, man. Like the few you in here as well. Like Let Loose some Toys. I don't know if you're all connected to one another. I mean, look, I've said it time and time again. Do it, connect with one another. But what I don't think is healthy, especially if you're trying to grow your channel in an organic way, is for when people connect with one another, but then there's no engagement or any connection there at all. But in this form of the person doesn't even watch their videos, for example. Like, so when I first started YouTube back in the day, it's like very much was finding myself in any live stream or in them live streams where you're growing with one another. And yeah, you can go from like 0 to 100 to fucking 2, 3, 4, 5. Great, that's amazing. But how many of them people are actually watching longer than the first 2 minutes of a single video and then put in a single comment to let you know that they've subscribed? Do you know what I mean? So then to YouTube, they're going to be, yeah, from YouTube's perspective, it's like, well, your channel ain't no good because you're getting like 2 minutes views, 2 minutes worth of watch time, and then there's no returning viewer. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying it will always be like that, but yeah, I'm not saying you lot are going to be like that. But I do suggest when people do try to get into that or want to get into that, just be mindful of that. But yeah, on that note, connect to one another and share the love. And there are a lot of people in the chat that could do with a little bit more support, like, or may want a bit more support. And I'm talking about myself right now. Give me some support, mofos. No, I'm joking. Right, 10 minutes left. Right, what was I saying? Mystery box done. Plug that. That was just off the cuff thing. So that same day, after the boot sale, the first boot sale of the year, I was going to be sneaky. I've got about 10, no, about not, yeah, 9, 10 maybe videos that need editing of boot sales from last year. If I had played my cards right, I would have done them for all the way over Christmas period when no one had boot sale videos to watch. I could have really, like, you know, tuned into that then, and they can really, can't remember what the word is, but yeah, I could have used that to my advantage maybe. I didn't, so I've still got all those in the backup. But I didn't want to do that. I thought, no, I'm just going to start with these ones and then I'll just filter them through, but I'll make sure I let you know which ones are old. But you'll recognise some of the pickups. But on the same day as this Sunday's boot sale, which is what you've just seen, so unfortunately, some of you are going to see some of those items in future videos. Unlucky. I picked up from the table that keeps on giving, this one. If you haven't seen this little fella here at the minute, next to Garfield, if you've not noticed Garfield, I've grown attached. Sarah don't want it out, but so anyway, on the table that keeps on giving. So I'm going down to Dee Dee's, and on the left hand side as I'm going down, there's that table. And I've told you in videos before, I often drive past the table, have a little look, I see what's there, I go down, do the deeds at Dee Dee's, and then I turn around, come back, and if it's still there and it's something I wanted, I'm taking it. All right, because someone else is going to take it. I've gave another hour for someone else to take it. It's potentially been there most of the day anyway. There has been times where I've literally left it over the night, maybe 2 nights, and there's still, like the ornaments I've got in the garden, there's these 3 little statues. I think you've seen it on a video, like Roman statues. They're only small, size this teddy, right? This Among Us teddy. About the size of that, 3 of them. I left them there for about 3 or 4 days, and because they could get wet. They're concrete, they're stone, marble, or whatever they are. And yeah, it's about 3 days, and I thought, if I don't take them, because no one's clearly taken them, but if I don't take them, they're going to end up in the bin or the skip. And I thought, sod it, I'll just take them. So there's certain things I'll leave if they can be left outdoors. But these, for example, this has got the tags on, man. This is Among Us teddy. And I've got footage of picking this up. Me and Mia went down there. She's like, oh, Dad, you have to. I'm like, Mia, just one sec. So there was this. There was loads of stuff. Loads of stuff. Talking about 10, maybe 15 different plushes, a couple of books, figures, baby stuff, kid stuff, adult stuff, just a random table full of stuff. I'll probably find out that they were selling it, and I took it thinking they were selling it, but no, it's not. I'm pretty confident because this is the table that keeps on giving. You've seen the videos. If you've not, check back in any of my thrifting videos or even Dee Dee's videos. There's times that we go down to the horse field and I'm like, either or biking down there, bringing back a suitcase or bringing back a hoddle, bike bags, bikes, teddies. So there's this Among Us. There was this little, I'm going to call it Free Willy. He hasn't got the curved thing. Well, he didn't. I curled it over. I wanted it to be Free Willy, but it's not. But if I keep doing it, I might get away with it. So a little whale, and Among Us. And then, you know, I said about getting the other Jurassic Park teddy, but this one with the label. So I picked this one up first, didn't I, from the boot sale. I don't know what I'll get for that, but that was like 50 pence. It's definitely worth more than 50 pence. I'll probably let it go for a fiver. There was this one. With this one and this one that I picked up, there is now this one. And this one has got the tags. So this is a plush toy. There you go, Jurassic Park tag. It's different to this one, different colour. I think this one's probably from a teddy machine, from a grabbing machine. And this one's like bought. This one, what's the label? Posh Paws. So this one's a Posh Paws for 0+. This is for babies, really soft, Posh Paws. This one is a Jurassic World. It just says Jurassic World. Plush toy. JurassicWorld.com. But yeah. So I left a load of stuff. I took Free Willy. I took this dinosaur and that. Well, this Among Us one, I like his little beanie, especially now it looks cool next to this red jumper, doesn't it? So I've kept that for a bit. I've keeping Free Willy on the shelf for a bit. I am going to start listing the stuff on the shelf. He can go up there next to Del Boy. Among Us can go down here. Now, this is something that I think I've had a lot, not of stick, but people have sort of said like, yeah, look, the setup, rah, rah. Like, this didn't just happen, this shit. This is stuff that I've hoarded, right? And yeah, it looks really, really nice. But anyone can display stuff in the background to make it look nice. Right? But I do need to get rid of a lot of it. Right? That's the reality of it. I don't need all that stuff. Trainers and stuff, they're mine, I'm keeping them. But this place that I'm sitting in right now, if you are a regular from back in the day, especially the Maximus and Co stuff, you'll remember the shack that I built during lockdown, the smoking shack. That is this. Right? This is what I'm sitting in. I would be sitting in here now with a fire in front, smoking the place out. There was no like, yeah, there's holes all over it. Water would flood in and snow would settle on the floor. It was a shack, a wooden shack. And that was cool. I loved that. I had that for like 2-3 years or whatever it was. But this was all built and materials paid for from selling stuff. Right, it's from selling stuff, so it can be done. I have got the. I'm fortunate in the point that obviously it's not my full-time job, but I would definitely say when I need it to be, it could be if I needed it to be, and when I needed to save for this, for example, I think it cost us $5,000 in total. $5,000. That was everything. Now, obviously, if we was to pay builders to do it, it'd have probably been about $25,000. But we knew that $5,000, or I think it's 4,300 or something, 4,000 or something. But then we gave some money to my dad as a little pay, and that was when we give him the money for the actual boot sales as well. All that change, that was part payment because he wouldn't take no money for certain bits. So we ended up giving him that 500 quid in like coins, pound coins, £2 coins, and £5 notes as a part payment for some of the work that he'd done, because he just wouldn't take none of the money. We had to do it in a gift format where he got to pick a selection of boxes, and then he got to trade that box for that box and rah, and he ended up getting the box with the money. I knew he was going to pick it because the way that I'd done it, no one believed that the process would work. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, I don't even know if I've listed that video. If I haven't, I'll find it, get it all chopped up, and I'll show you it one time because it was magic. I don't know how I got on that tangent, but oh shit, what was we saying? Oh, the extension. So now I'm sitting in like a 10 by, I don't know what it is. It's big enough, man, you've seen it. But the outside of the house is there behind me. There's the patio doors are still the same. We've still got the windows in. So if we really wanted to, we could take it down. It'd be like it was never here. But this was built just from selling stuff. Like the majority, if not all of it, I'd say 99% of the money was used from stuff that I'd sold, bought, sold, and we'd saved, then saved. And then if I'd made like £100 or whatever, £150, I need to get to the wood, the timber. We'd go and get the wood that month or that week. Obviously, you see the videos and the edits, it looks like it's all just done. It takes time, man. Like these patio doors and things that we got, found them on Facebook Marketplace. Like these, like 3, 4, maybe £500, even if they was like, no, sorry, 2-3 grand. We got them for I think £300. It was about £500 total for the big patio doors and the massive window here, which would have been about 2 grand, brand new. Would have been about 600, 700 quid or whatever. Again, it took nearly 6-7 months to find one of those doors that would be okay or adequate, and the one that we did find turned out to be absolute shit, and the guy had an even better one which was a lot more money, but it was like 10 times better. So yeah, it's not always what you know, sometimes it's who you know, and sometimes it's how far you're willing to go, because if you really wanted to, especially in the realms that you lot are in, where you could, I know you can't determine whether sales, you can't guarantee sales coming in, but you can guarantee on how much you get listed and how much you do. If it was my full-time job, I suppose I think I'd be disciplined, but I know how much I can get comfortable and fall down freaking rabbit holes like I did with Sir Pete this morning. That is all the stuff from Sunday. So £10 took, spent 16, 3 things that I got for free. I picked this up from the charity shop the other day. I forgot. It was £3.50, I think. I took the label off yesterday. It's brand new in the box, sealed with cellophane, and it is the box set of Inspector Morse, the Colin Dexter, the complete Inspector Morse box, book set box. It said UK £97.86 was the retail. That is freaking mental. Now, I didn't even see that in the charity shop. He done a little eBay search, and these sold for about 16 quid, even pre-owned, sorry, was 16, I think a little bit less, but I think there was a brand new one, sorry, that was £16, as is. I thought the colour might be faded a little bit. I don't know if you can see it with the sun that's beating through the flipping window, but yeah, I think I'll still get 16 quid for it. There's a tiny little tear in the cellophane there, but it's still brand new, and I'll just say to them, as is or whatever, you know, yeah, the complete Inspector Morse. So that's what I'm going to get listed, and this is why, if you are a YouTuber or if you are an online seller and you're looking to be as productive as possible, do not do these live streams. I've not listed one thing. I've not got a draft made. I've not even taken a single photo. Now, your likes of Car Boot Chris, your likes of Ricky Resales, your likes of even Tommy's probably done better. Well, he's done a lot better than this on his lives, but you've been productive. You can be productive. I've seen you be productive on your lives when it comes to listing and stuff. I'm not saying you're not. I mean, anyone that I've tuned into, I think Thrift and Bean was doing it up in a loft, wasn't she? And that was a few weeks back. I watched that one. But yeah, anyone, George, like anyone I watch, right? I'm not saying you're not productive when you do it, because you're getting shit done. But how much more would you have got done if you didn't do this live stream? I spent an hour before this live stream after watching Pete's. I thought about doing one, procrastinated for like 20 minutes. I had 2 breaths of fresh air in that time and about 3 cups of coffee, because I was talking myself out of it, when all I really wanted to do was just come in, hit live stream, crack on with some work and chat with some folk. Do you know what I mean? And I've done none of that. Apart, I've waffled the whole time, not even kept up with the comments. My dad outside probably. Hello? Hello? Why can I only hear on loudspeaker? What's up?
I can't fucking get in.
Is the door locked? Sorry. Alright, 2 seconds. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm going to end it. I'm going to wrap it up, but wait for me. Don't leave just yet. Don't you leave. I can still hear you. I can still see you, so I'm in the chat now. Here he is. Boil that kettle for me again. I've done it once, but I locked the door. Forgot. There's some weirdos about, isn't there? Let me just finish up on this live stream and say goodbye to these lovely people. I'll be 2 minutes. Right. Oh dear, I don't know what I was saying. But yeah, anyway, we was on the laptop. Yeah, 10 times more productive. Like you would be, anyone would be, it's guaranteed. But I get it, like the socialising and stuff. But like Tommy said, probably best off just sort of diverting your lives to more of a podcast style, like Chris and that do anyway. Unless you can multitask. But for all those that said Aladdin, I'm pretty confident it is Aladdin. So well done, Lee, well done. Whoever else said Aladdin, there was some others, weren't there? Jen and Alexis, safe. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting me know. I will forget, but just remind me if I asked, and please don't take offence by it. Like I say, it's taken me nearly like 4 years to work out that rich is rich. So that, I think, is an easy £30. If there's anything here that you are interested in or like the look of, and you don't want to go through the whole shenanigans of eBay, or you do, send us an offer. I'm always open to offers. Probably won't ever do a list 5 live again, ever. So Pete, you are safe. And yeah, please do give me some more suggestions on who you want to mash up in regards to a Thrift Up Look Sharp mashup. I've had loads of suggestions from you lovely loons, and I've got loads in the pipeline obviously, but what I'm not going to do is just flood the platform with these. I mean, they don't take me long to do, but at the same time I have got actual edits I want to crack on with. Whether you lot like those edits or not, I don't necessarily do it all for you lot. It's a lot of selfishness here as well. I do it for myself and to make myself laugh at times. How sad is that? There is times that I sit there and watch my own shit. That is sad, right? But it's also for future projects and future bits, you know? So I do want to crack on with some of those bits. I've got the Maximus and Co channel I want to keep alive. I've got Dee Dee the Cob, if you don't know about it. And I did get on Dee Dee again yesterday, just bareback, just sat on her while she was eating. I'm just trying to formulate a relationship with her and build a bond, because I am going to ride this year. It's going to be the year. I'm going to learn to horse ride, ladies and gents. You heard it here from the horse's mouth. I'm going to learn to horse ride. And I held off from wanting to, because I didn't want to take it away from Mia. She's losing interest more and more as the weeks go on. So I'm like, I'm learning to ride, and I'm hoping it's going to motivate her and inspire her to sort of get back on the horse. But at that point, it means then that maybe we might need to get another one, or look for a loan of some sort in the form of a horse or a share. I don't know. It's got to be convenient and cost effective, because they're bloody expensive. Not once you've got them, but to keep them and feed them. Time consuming when you pick up shit. But yeah, if you are interested in horse life shenanigans, check out Dee Dee the Cob. I'm sure you'll find it with a quick search. Dee Dee is the horse, obviously, and she's a gypsy cob. And yeah, we've also got the Maximus and Co. But also, this is the one with the thrifting shenanigans, the reselling stuff. But it's not always going to be your usual just going out and buying stuff. I've got tons of boot sale videos. I've got tons of charity shop footage. I am changing it up massively this year. And I suggest that a lot of you, if you don't want to, you don't have to. But if you're thinking about doing something different, or want to try and experiment doing something different, because you want to do it and because you know it'll make you feel good, stop giving a shit about what people think. Do what you want to do, and just enjoy it, right? It'll either work or it won't, but don't be governed by numbers when it comes to you deciding whether or not it's working or not. Like, it doesn't always have to bang views. It doesn't always have to gain loads of subs. It doesn't have to always be for other people. Do stuff for yourself, if that makes sense. I hope it does. We need content ideas. Hold on, we watched the John Shepherd one about 50 times. Thank you so much. Aladdin's the latest DLC for Disney Dreamlight Valley game soon. It should get a quick sale with the hype. Oh, nice one, Tom. I didn't know that. So, yeah, once my dad's left, I've not got no work this evening. It's the first Monday for about a year. I ain't done bungee boxing on a Monday, so it's Mason and my brother doing it tonight. So I've got the evening off, apart from Dee Dee's. You need content ideas. Honestly, like, don't think about it too much, or sometimes like less is best. Like, just get to the drawing board, and also like you can get ideas on from other people. Like, don't feel bad about stealing other people's ideas. It's not really stealing. There's no such thing as stealing when it comes to YouTube, because if someone's done a video, you can guarantee 100 people have already done that video or will do that video. So don't feel bad about that. ChatGPT could be an amazing way to get ideas if you wanted ideas for content. But if you think about what you do, whether that's in your daily shenanigans or whether in your thrifting or reselling stuff or a hobby, whether you keep it on the same channel, whatever, like you can incorporate your life into it. You don't have to, but or you could be like, right, going to add less content within context or content within each upload. So it might just be like a clip or a video on a certain item that you picked up. It don't always have to be a haul. Or Bill from Dungeons and Joypads, he said it's like there's so many people doing it, and it's only a matter of time before people will get bored. Like they get bored of my channel, like they get bored of other people's channels. People will come back, some people won't, and not everyone's going to be into reselling and into the stuff that we put out all the time. So you just got to understand that as well, I suppose. But yeah, honestly though, I'm going to love you and leave you because you've been amazing. I've still got a slice of pizza and a hash brown just sitting here, cold, but I really do appreciate you all coming in. Remember what I said, if you do want the prize, sorry about that, bad idea, I shouldn't eat on camera, in the form of a mystery box, all you got to do at the end of this video, or go into the comment section at any point of this video, and just leave a comment of either stretch. I'm not even going to tell you the other two. You should know if you've been watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. It's been sunny. I've been outdoors. If you haven't been outdoors yet, I suggest you have a little look outdoors because it is beautiful. A beautiful day. I don't know if it is where you are, but it is where I am. And I'm going to have a cup of coffee with my dad, have a catch up, and I promise you, I'm going to get these items listed unless they're going in that mystery box that I'm going to give away for the prize. So if there is anything on the Thrift Up Look Sharp eBay account that you're interested in, send us an offer, lowball offer, bulk things together. And if you ever see anything on my channel that you want, or even if you're looking to start up, let me know. I want to help someone grow if they aren't able to flourish, if that makes sense. It's just, and also it helps me get rid of some stuff, you know what I mean? That means then I won't have to list and all that sort of stuff. But I don't just want to give it to someone that don't need it, do you know what I mean? It's got to be worthy of it. So, mwah, love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week if I don't see you. And yeah, I'll probably see you in the comments. But whatever you do, have a good one. And thrift up, look sharp, mofoles. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one.